Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Rodrigo Marina, and a pleasure to welcome you today to what will sure be a battle to remember in this 2022 MPSL campaign as we have officially entered the postseason this summer. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a very important game. It's the semifinal of the Lone Star Conference of the MPSL, the same Lone Star Conference in which your Laredo Heat took the Lone Star regular season conference title. Today, they defend home ground. Today, they're here at home. Today, it's a playoff match. A lot of implications on tonight's match. Folks, the pointage is done. It's move on with a win or go home if the result is not in your favor. Damas y caballeros, gracias por estar con nosotros. Es un placer que estén con nosotros en vivo. Y a todo color, yo soy Rodrigo Marina y se los agradezco con mucho cariño que estén en la transmisión en vivo por el atardecer de hoy. Es el primer partido de la postemporada. Su Laredo Heat está en casa, aquí en el Texas A&M International University Soccer Complex, la casa de su Laredo Heat. Gracias por estar con nosotros. Un partidazo el cual les tenemos en preparación. Hoy el Laredo Heat está en casa en contra de los Gallos de Irving FC. The Gallos from Irving FC come into the TAMIU Soccer Complex to try to steal a result against the Laredo Heat Soccer Club, folks. Starting lineup for your Laredo Heat. In goal, number 1, it's the Tarantula, Connor Durant in the back line for the Laredo Heat. Number 3, everybody's a favorite guest at the dinner table because he brings something different every time. It's Liam Morrison. And number 4, the Greek machine, Dimitrios Leonoglu. And number 5, captain for the Laredo Heat from Aberdeen, Scotland, it's Lewis Wilson on the defensive sector as well. Number 25, the 956 is our very own, the Laredo kid, Sebastian Rivera. The Sheriff back in the starting lineup today. He'll try to hold down the midfield like if it was a Wild West situation, wearing number 6 on his back, and number 18, Juan Manuel Romero, el repartidor del queso. Number 21, Jordan Mace, the Piston, aligns himself along with Surdoñez, Roberto Ordóñez, and the Italian Cristian Golacci. And leading the attacking line, number 9 from Houston, Texas, Erwin Regules. A battle here that we have prepped for you all today. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be an intense one, folks. The Gallos and the Laredo Heat in the first game of the semifinals of the Lone Star Conference. As the referee gets a last glance at his whistle, ladies and gentlemen, the electricity is by far, to say the very least, already in the air. A lot of moments and hopefully a lot of memories to be made on the terrain of war today, because that is exactly what this game will be from the start to the finish. Last glance at the whistle by the team in blue. That's the officiating team tonight as we get ready, folks. The calm before the storm. Folks, the last glance, the whistle has been blown. That ball is rolling, and that means that this game is officially underway. The Gallos looking to find something on a direct long ball to start game off. And they find the possession back in their hands, literally off the throw, and it's going to be Gallos' possession off the header by Sebastian Rivera. And this game, ladies and gentlemen, postseason implications. This means that this game, folks, is win or stay, win or go home. And the Heat, I promise you, have no intentions of going home. Gallos control, trying to find something on the ground first, and now the Laredo Heat looking to regather. Jordan Mace getting possession up, but Surdoñez able to capture. La tiene Juan Manuel Romero, ahorita es de suizo, más tarde será de mozzarella. Falta en el terreno de juego sobre Juan Manuel Romero. Y el Laredo Heat controla por abajo. La tiene la máquina de Grecia. Dimitrios Leonoglu controla con el hombre de Aberdeen en Escocia. Liam Morrison. Regulus inviting the Sheriff in. Back again we go with Liam. And Lee on this left-hand flank now with options. Deciding to go internally, trying to find the half space and finding the middle channel with Surdoñez. Zurdo la quiere adelantar, se la quitan los Gallos. Controla Irving FC ahora en su propia mitad defensiva. Irving es un equipo que encuentra ritmo muy fácilmente, defiende con una línea de 3, empuja a los laterales muy a lo hondo y te deja mucho espacio en el medio por cual jugar. La cuestión del atardecer en el minuto y medio que llevamos de partido es que si Laredo Heat sabe explotar esta área de juego de Irving FC. Wilson on the sliding challenge, won't pick it up. The Sheriff now on the delay. Long ball near hand side, defended by Different Gravy. Liam Morrison giving space, centered ball, and this one cleared out of play by Morrison. It's going to be a corner kick opportunity, the first of the evening, 2 minutes in for the Gallos. He'd have to be solid defensively. That's one of the coaching points that head coach John Powell, the mayor of Electric City, said today. Can't give him anything off a set piece. As the Gallos looking to play through again, they'll get another one. And the Heat on defense yet once more. The Heat obviously are being led today by the mayor of Electric City, John Powell himself, assisted by Roger Bonilla, man! Bonilla. Josh Jones. Man from Sheffield, center ball. Connor Durant trying to catch it in the air. Ball bobbled, and the Durantula getting the call to go the Heat's favor. The mayor of Electric City also assisted by Fabian Arciga. And of course, the general of Electric City, Mr. Adam Miller. This ball will rotate. The Greek machine will share a near-hand flank. Different gravy. Finding stride forward into the half space. Different gravy, still pushing it forward. Liam Morrison with space, deciding to put the brake on it. Letting a player pass, and now we'll share with the Sheriff. That's Colton Schaefer now. 1-2 back with the Italian. Golacci sharing again with the Schaefer. Number 6 will swing it wide. And this ball finds its way all the way on the opposite side of the flank. As Jordan Mace will await the pressure now. Mace battling forward. The Gallos quickly to regather here. This ball out of play. And it's going to be Gallos' throw to get things back underway. This game is going to be intense. There's going to be highs. There's also going to be momentum lows for both sides. It's going to be a game with a heavy load. But this is game 1 of the semifinals. The second semifinal, folks, is between Corinthians of San Antonio FC and Brownsville Explorers. That game in the Valley in South Texas. Best of luck to all 4 teams involved in the semifinals of the conference. Irving Regules off the press here. The toe tapped, unsuccessful. The Sheriff now will share into the middle. Surdoñez wants the 1-2. Golacci on this near-hand side. Chris approaching the inside of the 18. Chris Golacci still battling forward. Shoulder to shoulder. No foul. That's out of play. Last touched by the Laredo Heat Italian. It's going to be Gallos' goal kick to resume the action back underway. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the playoffs of the Lone Star Conference. We appreciate you being with us today. Ball kicked high. Liam Morrison will get a header on this one. Now it's out of play, and it's going to be Gallos' ball back on the throw when we return. Back to playing field. Ball rotated now by the Gallos all the way to the goalkeeper, and they're side to legs to get a lot of touches in, a lot of rotation in with the ball. Irwin Regules on the half press here. Surdoñez will pick it back up now into the half space. Zurdo on this near hand side. Manda el servicio y a los guantes del arquero. Irving rápido para jugar. Encuentra espacio por el canal opuesto. El Laredo Heat, seguro con su contrapresión, y tiran el balón en el medio del terreno de juego. La media vuelta por los Gallos. Juan Manuel Romero haciendo el trabajo defensivo. Jordan Mace going to pick it up on stride, and the Gallos will get a low clearance now. And back in the air the ball goes. Lazy touch. This one sends the ball out of play, and the Heat now looking to capitalize on the throw. Over by their bench side. A lot of attacking opportunities and a lot of rotational minutes to be available today. Maybe not even rotational, just a lot of substitutes available for the Laredo Heat yet again on the bench. We'll talk about him closer to the first half as the kids, 956's very own Sebastian Rivera throws the ball back into play, sharing with Captain Lewis Wilson. It's the Aberdeen native now back with the Durantula. Connor Durant sending a big ball of his own, this time into the middle, the belly button of the field, approached by Golacci, and back again inside. And he'll send another one back out. Wilson will. Back again to the Sheriff. A header on his side, trying to share far hand side with Jordan Mace, and the Gallos will regather again. And again, folks, it's the Gallos goalkeeper with a lot of time and space on the round one. He'll send a ball, this one half space, half distance, half height. The Greek machine will get a header on it. Battled for by Lewis Wilson now, controlled by Sebastian Rivera on the ground, and back to the Sheriff. Sebastian Rivera up top, finding Jordan Mace. Golachi will make a stride now, near hand side. Golachi, this ball in the air. Golachi bringing the ball back down beautifully and sharing inside, looking to find Regules. The Gallos will regather, and the Gallos are very good on that second press off the second ball brought down by the Heat. Flag stays down. Lewis Wilson not liking the decision. He'll get a word with the official. And the Laredo Heat will regather again. Juan Manuel Romero, el repartidor del queso. El dueño de la fábrica. La mueve ahora el Sheriff. Controla a Colton Schaefer y manda el balón hacia el niño del 956, Sebastián Rivera. Controla Schaefer. Back out again. We go to Mace. The kid from Crawley cutting onto the inside now. Back again to the Sheriff. He'll get a touch on it. Setting the service. Far post looking for Golachi, and the clearance stout by the Gallos defensive line. Back again to Morrison. He'll get a volley on it. And Liam Morrison, folks. This place would have exploded. This place would have gone bananas. Different gravy on his mission again, and that's why he's everybody's favorite guest at the dinner table. The Gallos being told to play to get this game back underway, and the Gallos taking as much time away from the restart as possible as we're about 8 minutes in. And Irving FC on the distribution, on the ground this time. Mace not able to get to it. Sebastián Rivera will get a toe on it. And this one back on wide toward Erwin Regules. The clearance again by the Gallos. Ball in the air. Gravity will do its part, and Isaac Newton is correct yet again on the physical attributes of the round one. The number 5, official size and weight. This is the first time this season, folks, that both teams encounter each other. Because of the way the conference is set up, there is one team you miss to play in the conference, and it just so happens to be that in today's matchup, it's a team for each side. So the Heat didn't play the Gallos, and obviously the Gallos didn't play the Heat. So today's the first time in the conference this season that both teams faced up. Both teams have only faced once here at home, and that was last season when Irving stole 3 points on the road. That was the Laredo Heat's only loss until the conference final of last season. Roberto Sudoñez sobre la media vuelta, le pone el tango, quiere seguir bailando, recomparte ahora con Liam Morrison y ahora comparte el repartidor de todo el queso. Juan Manuel Romero controla ahora the Durantula. Back again, we go out wide. Lewis Wilson in control and on the stride as the captain sharing now with the Sheriff. Colton Schaefer, driven ball now back to Mace. He's trying the 1-2 off the through ball attempted. The Sheriff controls again, back to Sebas. Sebas comparte ahora con la máquina de Grecia. Dimitrios Renoglu, viene el cambio de terreno de juego por abajo, peligrosamente aplicado, pero hermosamente ejecutado. Controla Liam Morrison on the stride again, different gravy, trying to find something in this half space. Sharing now on the flank with Chris Golachi. Golachi driven on the ground, unsuccessful play there, and the Gallos will look to clear. The Gallos are very dangerous on the counterattack and the quick restart with Conway up top. Erwin Regules will share wide now. Different gravy will have it again. Off to the far post, looking for Jordan Mace. Mace to it, but this one just off a stride as it leaves the terrain of action, and it's going to be Gallos throw when we restart again. The Gallos wearing all white, attacking from left to right on your monitor at home. The Laredo Heat wearing the red and black, attacking from right to left. Manuel Romero aplicando la presión defensiva. Golachi on this half space now into the flank. And the Gallos will control. Interior ball turned over again. The Gallos on the turnaround now on the defensive sector as the Heat looking to go quickly. Se da la media vuelta zurdo. Controla Roberto Ordóñez. De Trivela hacia afuera. Ahora con Mace. Manda el servicio. Y juega con los sentimientos de los demás. Mace still on it, off the half turn. Mace, Trivela pass inside, looking for Zurdo, la baja Zurdo. ¡Zurdoñez! Sobre la media vuelta. Y la defensa de los Gallos, parece pared ahorita dentro del área, la tiene different gravy. Morrison service again! And headed out of play. Nope, not out of play, just out of the defensive 18 here by the Gallos. In fact, it did go out of play. The referee caught it, and it's going to be a corner kick, the first for the Heat this evening. Houston, Texas. Thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you let us know in the comments down below where you're watching us from. It's always a pleasure to interact with all of our fans from around the world, supporting the Laredo Heat wherever you may be around the globe. Déjenoslo saber desde dónde nos ven, hasta dónde llega el alcance a nivel mundial de su equipo favorito del 956. Jordan Mace off the set piece now from the corner kick by the corner flex sector. Here comes the service. A chance for the Heat. Zurdoñez off the wiffle waffle. Liam Morrison will get it back into the air. Gravity will do its part, bring the ball back down. Folks, we're back inside, and a big save by the Tarantula as we get back underway. Technical difficulties occurring. That could have been it for the Heat there in the first opening moments, and Dimitrios Ranoglu raising his hand. The Tarantula with a big-time save, making sure things are back underway, kept calmly, cool, and collected. And the energy there from the Heat's got to be a lot better as we're back underway. We apologize for the technical difficulties, but we kick off in triple-digit weather, and the computer and the technology just, sometimes, folks, it can't keep its momentum going, and we might have to put a stop to this in a couple of minutes, but as the temperatures drop, the stream will get back on. I promise you this. Ball swung wide again. The Gallos with an inside possession. Lewis Wilson off the header. The half volley attempted, and this one settled out of play by the this ball letting be set out of play by the Laredo Heat. They'll have a goal kick, but dangerous situation there and something to be wary of on behalf of the Heat. Folks, I think we're back live on action here at the Tamayu Soccer Complex. Hopefully the technology decides to abide and play by the rules. We apologize for technical difficulties, but again, triple-digit degree weather, it's sometimes impossible to do as we please here in the 956 with such extreme temperatures. But we're back on action as Jordan Mace picks up the stride. Connor Durant with a massive save before we went off as we return here as the Sheriff now sharing near hand side, sharing with different gravy. Liam Morrison back interior play into the half channel. Controla el Sheriff. And inside now, el repartidor del queso. Juan Manuel Romero viene la falta, el empuje del brazo y el árbitro va a decir que no hay amarilla, no es suficiente, pero parece la tercera cuerda. So it's going to be a set piece here for the Heat, folks. Great position to try to find something as Lewis Wilson and the Greek Machine joining the Arsenal up top inside of the box. We'll see what the options for the Heat are. This might be, folks, a ball shot toward that area between the PK spot and the second post, about 2 yards maybe of room to give. But I am not the whiteboard designer. I'm not sure what the decision will be here from Zurdo. This one could be stricken at the goal, and if this one goes in, folks, it's going to be electric. Ball to be played still. We approach 21 minutes here. Zurdo. La va a colgar. Zurdo hacia adentro. The Greek Machine with a flick. This one out of play. Corner kick coming up. And another opportunity here for the Heat from a wonderful set-piece chance to another great opportunity off another set-piece, this time from the further corner flag sector. Ball to be settled in by Zurdóñez. Zurdo la va a buscar. Roberto Zurdóñez. Viene al primer palo el cabezazo de la máquina de Grecia. Inconsistentemente no adecuado para la situación. Y ahora la tienen los Gallos. Van a buscar el cambio grande. Viene la falta. Dice el árbitro que hay una falta técnica, una falta táctica. Y va a ser el balón para los Gallos blancos. Van a jugar en corto, van a jugar rápido. Le faltaron unas yardas. Pide el Heat y el árbitro va a decir que no. Que se va a jugar de todos modos. La media vuelta sobre los Gallos. Viene todo el plumaje. La tiene ahora el defensa central del equipo que porta la playera blanca. La presión de Regules y mandan el balón forzado hacia arriba. Y el Heat la va a tener en las manos literalmente cuando regresa el balón al terreno de juego y a toda la acción. 0-0, 0-0. Donuts on the board, donuts on the table, donuts on the plate. Nothing for anybody. Erwin Regules trying to find his way out of a sticky situation and too much glue to prevent him from finding the swift way out. The Gallos looking to share now defensive sector possession here. Chris Bonacci on the press. First to it is Liam Morrison looking to get the flick. This one just off the touch. And Liam. See the Gallos settle this one back inside. Interior play. This ball too much on it. And different gravy, showing exactly why he's different gravy this evening. Fantastic play from the Scotsman. Tarantula will have one of his own. He'll settle this high. As Jordan Mace will fight forward on the ground now. Mace applying the pressure. Mace getting a flick on it. Zurdo on it as well. And rotation will switch all the way back to the goalkeeper. He'll have a howler and send one forward. Juan Manuel Romero la va a bajar hermosamente de cabeza. La tiene Regules. Regules comparte con the Sheriff. Through ball near hand side to Colachi, who's trying to find it. Waits down. Handball inside the box. Referee says not enough. Fans wanting the call. Heat wanting the call. Rod wanted the call. And the referee saying you're 0 for 3. I'm not going to give it to either one of you, and play resumes. The Gallos in control around one. They'll share back. Goalkeeper possession now for the Gallos. The press here by Regules. A decision by the Gallos to go wide again, and the Heat will have it again on the form of a throw. And a good little spell there for the Laredo Heat as we approach. And we're approaching the 25th minute of action in play. Lewis Wilson will have it. Wilson will put it high. Beautiful ball, just a little short. Those are the kind of possessions you have to overhit, but the Scots captain knows this. Rhetorically, me speaking it over. Back again, the Gallos go, trying to find something inside. Different gravy, applying the press. You're winning possession over the Heat, but only as far as the press now by the Gallos. As Colachi winning possession back nicely for the Heat. The fantastic effort, taking two now. Driving between three. Colachi still with it. Being tackled, being taken, being tugged, being pulled. Referee says no foul. Lewis Wilson back again to the Scotsman. And over to the Greek machine. Crawling native, sharing again now. Back to the middle, Zurdoñez controla, se da la media vuelta, quiere repartir ahora por el lado más cercano a nosotros y la tiene Regules. Con el conducimiento hacia adelante, con el volante, la tiene ahora Liam Morrison. Sharing back now with Juan Manuel Romero. Antes fue de suizo y ahorita es de mozzarella, hermosamente aplicado por el nativo del Paso, Texas, Mr. 915. Ball rotation again into the belly button, now out wide. As Liam Morrison in control, trying to find the flick forward, the scoop turn now, the Trivella pass over to the Italian back again to Gravy, and just a little bit, just a little bit of miscommunication between both men here. And Colachi's got to realize that stride in the moment is for Morrison to get it back, making the 30-yard drive forward. And Colachi, a little bit suffered there. Morrison goes down. Referee says no foul. Juan Manuel Romero la tiene, quiere compartir ahora. Nos va a dar ahora para comer un poquito de suizo. La comparte con la máquina de Grecia. Ahora es el balón para la Durántula. Connor Durant with it again. The Heat will go big. The Heat will go wrong. The Heat will go wide. And this one just a tad bit too far. And it's going to be a throw now for the Gallos. The 22 on the field will head to the benches for a water break. Orchestrated here by the officials. They'll get a sip of water, a little bit of refreshment. Again, the unofficial meteorological report here brought to you by the Laredo Heat's unofficial meteorology team. Currently at 99 degrees. Today's high was 109, so throughout the day it's been extremely overwhelming. Temperatures dropping 10 degrees below the highest. We're at currently 99. We'll probably hit maybe 93, if any. I mean, and I'm just exaggerating by the time this match progresses. We'll hit 95 in about an hour, 91 post-game. Pretty decent air index. The air quality is moderate. Winds coming in at 19 miles per hour. So a little bit of a breeze to be very fair. Well, makes it seem like it's a little more cooler than it actually is. But it's hot. It's hot in Laredo, Texas. Heat with a game to prove, a point to prove. Things will get back underway. Don't forget, folks, you can follow your Heat on all social media platforms. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, check our Instagram out. And this year exclusively, look us up on the TikTok for daily social media content being uploaded on each social media platform, so you could have something new to look at every day. Make sure you follow at Laredo Heat SC. That's at LaredoHeatsC. The Heat on every social media platform: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and of course TikTok this year exclusively. So give us a follow, click the little button that allows you to interact with us. Make sure you tell everybody around the world that you are indeed a friend and a camarada of your Laredo Heat SC. A little bizarre movement there between Colachi and Morrison. Colachi wanted to retain it, but Morrison making the stride, the 30-yard run down to the middle, and so both have been frustrated. But it's the kind of thing you got to get over. This is the kind of game where you can't hold on to any moment within the matchup. You got to have a quick mentality to get over the most minimistical hiccup, if you would call it that, and be able to go again, because there's 90 minutes of action, folks, and Sheriff now will regather towards the middle, controlled over by Jordan and Mace, but not gathered possession. Sliding challenge by the Gallos, and they're quick on the counter. And they're looking to go wide again, as the Gallos looking to drill between two now. Will gather possession again by Jordan Mace. Mace will share inside now with the Sheriff, and the Sheriff will go out wide near hands, flank over to different gravy. Liam Morrison occupying the half space. He'll go wide out now to Chris Golacci, the Italian. The man from Milan will share again inside. Golacci back to Morrison. Morrison looking for Regulus off the half turn. Irwin unable to keep possession. No foul. Irwin wanting the call, won't get it. Play resumes with the Gallos in the belly button. Another field now, and they'll pretend to go back out wide. They'll go back central, and the Gallos now with a 1-2 in the middle. Ball pokes Sebastian Rivera, clearing it out of play, and it's going to be Gallos' throw when we return. Half behind. No, right here. At Tammy Soccer Complex. Gallos now on the drive low, and it's going to be Tarantula ball here. Colorado native now. Picking it back up. The Greek machine will get a lob through while trying to find something with Regules. Regules fighting for it. That's going to be Gallos' give up a possession. The Heat will control here. Gravy back to Golacci. No foul, says the official. Mace now. Zurdo will battle for it off the half turn. Can't keep possession. Now the Gallos looking to break the stride. Through ball down the middle, and this is where they're dangerous. Sebastian Rivera on the excellent coverage. Sebas will share in the middle. Juan Manuel Romero, the orchestrator. Now out wide, the Heat going to different gravy. Liam Morrison trying to find something off the half turn. Morrison keeping possession in, trying to find something with Zurdo, and the Gallos now quick again on the counter press in that mid-third of the field. Golacci battling for it. Different gravy, able to pick it back up again. Foul on the play. It's going to be in favor of the Heat. Player on the ground, both knees, can't play the ball. And this game, folks, getting chippy to say the least as we go. The Sheriff now driven ball out wide to Jordan Mace on the stride, and a lot of pace on that left back slot for the Gallos. Prevent the Heat from getting a break on that far hand side. This might be the game for Kaminari. Takanaka Daisuke-san. Headed up again and cleared out by the Gallos, back the way it came from, out of play, and it's going to be a throw for the Heat. The Heat now will give the throw. High ball again. Jordan Mace being wrapped around like a breakfast wrap. Foul on the play. It's got to be at least talking to. There's Irving to stop the quick play by the Heat on several occasions, and only one card in the book as of now. So Heat will have the service from Fantastic Opportunity. We'll see what they draw up from the whiteboard, and we'll see what the Laredo Heat choose to do on this opportunity. Again, semifinals within the conference playoffs here. The Heat hosting as they took the conference title of the regular season. Just the regular season. They finished in the first seed. There's a servicing ball now into the far post. The Greek machine will get a header on it. Back inside. Wilson can't get to it. And play resumes as the Gallos will have it yet again. Flag goes up. The challenge there by Zurdo. It's going to be a foul on the play. Daniela Cabrera, Edward Navarro. Daniela González y Diego. Mi querido Esteban Hernández Chávez, el Wiki. Un abrazo de gol, hermano. Te mando muchos saludos con mucho cariño. Te extraño. Espero que te esté yendo de maravilla y increíblemente bien. Nos debemos una videollamada pronto. Ball settled again across inside as this ball settled back out by the goalkeeper, Sebastián Rivera. We'll get a touch on this one. Ball on the ground now to the Sheriff of the half turn, and it's just like the wild, wild west for the man. He is in control of the situation in the middle of the park there. As this ball played out wide again over to Colaci, who'll try to get a touch on this one. Chris trying to make the defender dance. The man from Milan trying to send it forward. And Chris Colaci still on the stride. Back again to the Sheriff we go. The Heat with a chance. Now from afar, the Heat will send it wide. Colton Schaefer over to Sebastián Rivera with a servicing ball. The flick will flick this one out of play. It's going to be a corner kick opportunity for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Servicing ball, Jordan Mates curling inside, a chance for the Heat. Referee says nothing involved in the box, no extra, no need for the whistle, and a throw again for the Heat here. The official having a word here with the Gallos goalkeeper. Looks like a warning. And so we'll see if this develops into anything further. I doubt so throughout the duration of the match, but just something to keep an eye on. Paso Texas, efectivamente. Recomparte con Morrison. Morrison on this near hand side, having Golaci on the underlap now. Back again to the Sheriff, Colton Schaefer. Foul on the play, favor of the Heat, great opportunity. A servicing ball opportunity for the Heat here to get the Arsenal back up top. Sebas Rivera will await along with Liam Morrison and the Greek machine, Lewis Wilson, Roberto Zurdoñez, Erwin Regules. Juan Manuel Rivera approaching the box. Juan Manuel Romero, will probably await on the outskirts of it. Two-man on the defensive sector. There's a curler back to the far post. A bobble in the box and a foul against the Heat. And Gallos looking to play quick on that far-hand side. Sliding challenge by Juan Manuel Romero and beautifully applied the orchestrator. The Picasso of slide tackles. Romero la tiene, busca jugar interiormente, controla con Regules, se da media vuelta, Regules quiere bailar, quiere poner la música, quiere darse el pasito para adelante, pasito para atrás. Regules con el servicio al segundo palo, va a buscar al italiano, and Golaci able to come up away with it. Golaci on the half turn, jersey being pulled, player taken down, referee says no foul, and fans not liking the decision. Invitation to a player now, as Lewis Wilson goes down, no foul, ball out wide. It looks like it's just a tad bit too far, and the Gallos unable to capitalize on the counterattack yet again. A dangerous team, folks. A dangerous team regardless. Ball thrown again inside, back to the Sheriff, looking for the first touch forward. Looking to surprise from afar, and that one wide. And the Gallos looking to take things from range. Heat could net something before the end of the first half. I could give this game a different definition of what tonight's all about. High ball put over to Mace. That ball out of play. It's going to be Gallos' throw. back at it. Ball on the ground, says the official. The Gallos will have it off the half turn. On the near hand side, Colaci unable to get to it. Man from Milan trying to take it between two. Referee says no foul. Play resumed on his near hand side. The Gallos now with a touch forward. Out interiorly, trying to solve things out. The line of three being active in terms of touches on the ball and rotation of the round one. And now into this dangerous half space, the Gallos go. They have a lot of explosivity, a lot of explosiveness, folks. They're a team that likes to get out of the gates quick. They're a team that likes to go fast when they get it. And Heat having to be disciplined to not just stay compact, but stay in shape. And this game can get complicated for either side very quickly, but it's a disciplined night kind of thing here for either side in the Lone Star Conference semifinal. The Greek Machine still driving, sharing now with Irwin Regules. Will go wide, different gravy, Liam Morrison. Up top to Colaci, having Regules now making the run. Irwin. One of the areas where he's most effective on the field, folks, is when he has the ball. Doesn't matter what position on the field, he'll have it. Sharing again back with Liam Morrison, different gravy. The Aberdeen native sharing back again with the Greek Machine. Dimitrios Leonoglu, switch of field play. Now to Sebastian Rivera. Sebas will get it on the ground, trying to go forward, looking for Zurdo, and the turnover of possession. The Gallos looking to regather here. The Gallos have been disciplined as well. They've had a couple of long balls, and we'll probably get another here. They're good when they regather possession. The Gallos getting a little frustrated here now that every time it goes back, it gets bumped forward, and different gravy dancing around a bit with it, and now backing it up with the Colaci himself. Back again to Juan Manuel Romero, Zurdo, ahora con el Sheriff. Back again to Lewis Wilson, and over to the Greek Machine. It's Dimitrios Leonoglu. Leo on the stride forward, giving possession up again, and the Heat almost winning it back immediately, but the Gallos are good in these areas of the field, folks. There's a reason why they're in the Lone Star semifinal. The postseason tournament, or I guess play. On the far end now, long ball. Defended excellently by Lewis Wilson as a captain. Will send it forward again. The Gallos will regather in the Heat's defensive third. Right on the edge of that mid-third and defensive third for the Heat. Gallos off the half turn. The Sheriff trying to take it. No luck here. Foul on the play. A chip from behind, and it's going to be Gallos set piece. What is a dangerous situation? It's a dangerous situation if you're a fan of the Heat. Ball being sent forward. Gallos will have it off a set piece. Durantula's got to be safe and secure here, but the defense could get it in before. The defense could get in and prevent the trajectory of the ball from reaching anything dangerous. It might come down to the Durantula as we look to close out the first half. Just a couple of minutes left, or a few minutes left before 45th. Ball settled inside and bounced right at the edge. The Durantula seeing this one just with the view as it goes out of play, and it's going to be another opportunity on the ground for the Durantula and the Laredo Heat. He'll go near side, back with the Greek Machine, and over to different gravy. Liam Morrison, Bal back now with the Greek Machine, and he'll send a ball forward, trying to find something with Zurdo, who's on the half turn. Zurdo going forward. Zurdo still with it. Zurdo sharing now with Colaci. Colaci in stride, the sliding challenge. Referee says all ball, and the Gallos getting out of a sticky situation very effectively with a late challenge. And on the stride again, it's Sebastian Rivera. Viene el servicio. Ahora con Jordan Mason, just a bit short. And the Gallos forcing this one long yet again. And it's going to be an opportunity to regather here for the Heat in the form of a throw. He'd have to be quicker on those decisions. You take care of the ball and you find a stride quickly. Heat were close yet again. Juan Manuel Romero la tiene. Comparte ahora con la máquina desde Grecia. Western Texas pair. Dimitrios Leonoglu. Juan Manuel Romero orquestando la media, poniéndole composición, encontrando las músicas de la sinfónica. Romero, otra vez hacia adelante, la tiene con Colaci. Colaci la pierde, y viene el balón rápidamente ejecutado, and this is where Conway and the Greek Machine just fantastically applying a sliding challenge of his own. That's exactly where Irving is at his dangerous, folks. I know Roosters will swing it back out wide. This ball serviced inside and headed out of play. It's going to be Gallos throw when we return to action. We're looking to close out this first half. Last 60 seconds of the regulated 45 and the opening 45 of the regulated 90, excuse me. Wilson would flick it forward. The guys will regather a lot of time and space here. Nobody on the press for the Heat. Zurdo now waiting. Back again it goes. Irving Regules now on the press. Giving possession over. Flag goes up offside regardless, and different gravy. Showing exactly why he's special. Juan Manuel Romero. Back to the sheriff. Out wide we go. Sebastián Rivera quiere bailar. Quiere compartir. Encuentra con Wilson. Ahora la tiene Romero. Romero la va a poner en el aire. Busca la corrida en curva de Colachi. La tiene Colachi. Colachi quiere tirar. Colachi quiere reventar la red. And this ball not able to be even struck, and the defensive coverage there for the Gallos has been good. Start in the back line. High ball opportunity. The Greek machine will wait around the touch and sharing now with different gravy. But the strategy for the Gallos is to absorb and look to find Conway as fast as possible. Interior ball play. Colachi off the half turn trying to go forward. Colachi losing possession. Referee says all advantage, no foul. Play will resume here for the Gallos. Interior play. Player invitation sent out now. A 1-2 on the wing now by the Gallos. They'll look to continue to go forward defensively. Now they have to be very solid, and the flick forward, that ball not out of play. A shot, and this one just over and far, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Heat, and the Tarantula will have it 6 yards out. We've played 1 minute extra. Well, no word on how much is going to be given post the opening 45. No word if they're going to give. We're already at almost 2, so not entirely 100% sure on how much will be given. If we get a word, we'll pass it to it. If not, we're going to await the whistle from the official as Jordan Mace will get a header on this one. Nieto, ladies and gentlemen, 47 almost is enough in the opening 45. In the opening 45 minutes of play. And we'll get into the break now with the score of 0-0 on the board. The Heat here at home trying to continue their season. Nieto, as they host the as they host the semifinal of the Lone Star Conference here in Laredo, Texas. We'll be back in about a quarter of an hour. Don't go anywhere. Action returns live when we come back in 15. Stick with us. The Heat return live. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Texas International University Soccer Complex, where we have a second half of 45 minutes at least left to play to determine a winner. And if that is not the case, damas y caballeros, we will go to extra time, where we'll have two 15-minute periods of time to figure it out. And if not, then we go to 12 yards out. We go to the spot. And well, we'll hope the Heat take care of business before that. Damas y caballeros, gracias por estar con nosotros. Regresamos aquí al TAMU Soccer Complex. El árbitro con un último vistazo al cronómetro. Veremos lo que nos espera de los segundos 45 minutos de tiempo. Ese balón tiene rotación y es momento de disfrutar la pasión, la emoción, la ejecución y todo lo que se revuelva alrededor de la número 5, por la cual todos nos enamoramos. La tiene la máquina de Grecia. Dimitrios Leonoglu will share now. Out wide we go with the Sheriff, who gets a touch back inside. Dangerous on the play. And the referee said it's only enough for the decision. No card, nothing too much, too far of involvement. And play will resume. The Durantula will have it back to Lewis or Wilson. Going forward again, going backwards as Connor Durant will have it. The Greek machine now on the far hand side, sharing with the Sheriff. Controlled now by Regules. Ball swung near hand side, looking for Jordan Mace. Bringing the ball down nicely is Mace now on the half turn. Mace sharing with Sebastian Rivera. Rivera back to Mace. Jordan with an opportunity to center a ball. Servicing set ball. Ball far post. And hit it out as Liam Morrison will prevent it from going out of play and doing so nicely. Different Gravy sharing back again into the half space in the middle. And the Heat now with an unlucky bounce. That'll be against them. We're back. Pardon the difficult 7 minutes into the second half. I apologize tremendously, but I mean, it's just a howler of a day on the technological aspect of the grounds today. So we're back regardless of Seb's opportunity for the Gallos, who will swing this one far. No foul, says the official. The Gallos throw it away. The Heat will have it again, and I hope we're back and stable, ladies and gentlemen. I really do so. I apologize again for the technical difficulties we've experienced, but I appreciate you sticking with us and sticking through them. As the Greek machine will have it on the ground, trying to find something with Regules on the play. There's going to be a foul. It's going to be in favor of the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. A lot of extracurriculars in this game, folks. Well, you could choose any flavor of dip because this one is getting chippy, to say the least. Lewis Wilson will bring that ball back down beautifully as a Scots captain now. Sharing inside, Juan Manuel Romero on the stride. Mannyman la tiene, quiere el balón filtrado, la tiene Regules. Regules quiere bailar, Regules en el dentro del área. Regules quiere seguir recortando, Regules la tiene, Regules quiere entre dos, entre tres y al final demasiada gente. Oh, but the Sheriff just fantastic here on the defensive work rate, and the Greek machine will win it back for the Heat. Liam Morrison will regather here, and the Sheriff now interior play with Juan Manuel Romero, the orchestrator of this game. And in the midfield area of the park for either team here. He's been fantastic this season for the Laredo Heat. Back to the Zurdoñez. La tiene Zurdo. La quiere tener ahora el capitán. Lewis Wilson on the drive forward. Louis sharing near hand side into the flank. Sebastian Rivera. Rivera up top now into the half space. Inviting players in. Looking for the 1-2 through with Colachi. Unsuccessful play. And now Irving will have it in their defensive sector. And they'll share it. They'll move it. They'll give and go. And this one high again. So now the Irving strategy in the second half, folks, has been find rotation and expose the weak side. Sliding challenge there applied. That's going to be in favor of the Heat. Last touch by the Gallos as Erwin Regules sees this one still not of play. Liam Morrison now back to the Greek machine, and it's going to be Dimitrios Leonoglu sharing back to the Durantula. Connor Durant. Durant will have it back to Lewis Wilson. Wilson for the Heat here. Conway just standing. Very patient player. Waits his opportunities and looks to capitalize on him. Colachi gets taken down. No foul, says the official. Play resumes. Trying to surprise from afar the Gallos. Sebastian Rivera won't get to this one, but the press here by Jordan Mace fantastic as the Englishman trying to come away with possession here. Juan Manuel Romero will get a flick on this one, and Zurdo attempting to press, only halfway doing so, and this one hangs back to the Gallos. Turnover possession. Jordan Mace with it, gets taken down. Referee says foul on the play. It's going to be in favor of the Heat, folks, and the referees with a tough job tonight to be very fair with you. Gage Rogers. Hello, friend. Oh, Miss Candyline, I'm so sorry. There's not much we can do. As this ball settled again inside by the Heat. Second ball opportunity for Surdoñez. As he looks to find something on the turnaround. Zurdo now will share into the half space. Rivera coming away with it inside of the box. Rivera fighting forward. Gets taken down. A player there by Gallos. No foul. Well, on the play, it's going to be against the Heat and a set piece here for the Gallos. Sheriff now looking to patrol on that far hand side. The Gallos running into the stride with it, and Lewis Wilson just, I mean, speechless on Scott's performance. All thrown again on the inside. Gallos into the middle channel, excuse me. Off the 1-2 into the stride, and this one's into the gloves of the Durantula, who's had a very good save early in that first half. You roll in your hand side back to Sebastián Rivera. Controla Sebas, quiere moverla. Comparte con el escocés, la tiene Wilson. Lewis on the drive. Into space now over to Regules. Irwin now will chip it, trying to find something with Golachi. A chance here as Irwin will punt it into the sky. Wanting no chance there for the Heat to even think about creating something as Juan Manuel Romero la baja. Comparte Manny, la tiene. Cometen la falta, viene el servicio y la oportunidad del Heat de un balón parado. Well, set piece opportunity for the Heat. Time to send the Arsenal forward as we have a good opportunity here for your favorite team from the 956 to try to find equalizing breaking goal. 0-0 thus far on the night. Heat with an opportunity from the set piece. It'll be Jordan Mace to strike at an opportunity for the Heat here. Looking for Wilson, looking for Leonoglu. Zurdo Regules also in the box. There's the service, the set piece. Looking into the box, Dimitrios Leonoglu. Unable to reach it, and this one cleared out of play by the Gallos. Heat looking to play quick. It was only Jordan Mace's idea as he tried throwing it. Wilson wants it. Wilson's drawing two. The 1-2 between Mace. The Heat lose it. There's a foul on the play, and that's going to be against the Heat and a set piece now in the defensive half for Irving FC. The Gallos. Interior player for Irving now. Guys will fly it. Out of play. Sheriff now back to Sebas. Sebas over to Juan Manuel Romero. Romero will share over to the Greek machine, Dimitrios Leonoglu. Leo will go driven and turning it up and over, and the Gallos on the 1-2 now back to the near hand side. The Gallos with an opportunity pushing inside of the 18-yard box. On the chase for Juan Manuel Romero, trying to force situations wide. Manny quiere forzar las opciones de los Gallos muy limitadamente. Viene la defensa del Sheriff. Still inside of the box, a chance on shot, and this one over the crossbar, folks. No tactical adjustment yet to be made by either side here, I believe. The Heat definitely haven't gone to the bench. They have the pieces on it, though, and a couple of players warming up. We could see from afar as the Durantula will Settle this one afar, trying to find something with Irwin Regulus on the far-hand side. The ball sails out of play. A lot of attacking options and a lot of problem-solving options on the bench for the Heat here. I'm not sure how much more Electric City is going to give to the players before tactical moves have to be made by the mayor and staff. This one back to the Durantula. He'll await it as he shares now with the Greek machine, Dimitrios Leonoglu. Leo over again to Lewis Wilson. Wilson will go big, trying to find the run of Liam Morrison, who's in perfectly on stride. Liam gets taken down. Referee says no foul, but the run and the pass from the Scottish internationals is brilliant there as the Greek machine will head it back inside. The Sheriff fighting for it. No foul, says the official. The Greek machine coming up with a big standing tackle, and it's going to be the throw now for the Gallos. Back to the inside, and the Sheriff applying the press here. Gallos share near hand side into the half space. Belly button in the field play. Out wide, flank action. Jordan Means on the press. Through ball attempted. Gallos still with possession here. They'll go back out wide. Ronaldo chop on the edge, servicing opportunity, and into the gloves of Connor Durant, and the trust from the Scots captain, and the Durantula just fantastic on the end. The Greek machine happens to be down. He might need some attention. Don't forget, folks, there's only one place online where you can find everything Laredo Heat related. That's at www.laredoheatsc.com, or you can find a direct link to this year's conference standings, a link to every team within the conference as well. You can check out all of their pages. You can check out also this year's roster page, see who's on the team this year. And of course, you can check out the Heat's fan shop page, where you can find exclusive goodies to represent your favorite team from the 956, wherever you may reside around the globe. You can also interact with us on every social media platform. You can follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook, watch us on YouTube, check our Instagram out. And this year exclusively, you can have fun on TikTok. Click the little button that allows you to interact with us and tell everybody that you are indeed a very, very good friend of your Laredo Heat Soccer Club. Well, I believe the first tactical adjustment to be made is a defensive one for our head coach John Powell and staff, making his way out of the game. Number 4, the Greek machine, Dimitrios Leonoglu, sliding into that left center back slot, wearing number 25 from Laredo, Tamaulipas. It's Jose El Kaiserman Rivera. That's the first adjustment on the evening. Rivera checks in. It's a moment he's been waiting for. And I hope the Greek machine is okay. He's getting medical attention off to the far end. He's getting checked by the fantastic training staff of the Laredo Heat. Soraya Costa, of course, leading the charge. As this ball settled forward again, Chris Colacci looking to fight forward. Flick by the Gallos all the way to the keeper, and it's going to be possession for the Gallos as we approach the last 25 minutes of the regulated 90. Remember, folks, if this game ends up 0-0, si este juego acaba en 0-0, pero vamos a retractar. Si este juego acaba en empate, if this game ends in a draw, it's going to be taken into extra time. It'll be 2 minutes of 15 minutes apiece. None of this golden goal stuff that these college players were used to. They're going to have to obviously adapt as that rule is being taken out of, I believe, the NCAA ruling. Regardless of that, folks, if this game ends in a draw after 90 minutes, we'll go to 2 15-minute period times of extra time. And if it's still not at all, well, it'll be settled from 12 yards out. From the PK spots. Ball in the air again. Jose Rivera will get it. El Kaiserman battling forward now. Zurdo off the half turn. Zurdo la tiene en condición. Le quitan la playera. Zurdo sigue bailando. Zurdo la quiere reventar desde ahí. La tiene Zurdo para reventarla. Viene el recorte. Zurdo la pisa. Zurdo todavía con ella. Sobre 3, 4, 5 faltas. El árbitro dice que no hay nada. Y yo me quedo con la duda y la queja. Ball settled again, near hand side, back to Conway, inviting players in, and that 1-2 from Irving is so good, folks, for them. Team that has figured out their style of play. There's a reason they're in the postseason. Tarantula punting a near hand side, and the bring down beautifully applied here by the Heat. Colachi trying to get tricky, and Jordan Mace frustrated from a beautiful touch in the run. To nothing. Player on the near hand side. A chance here for the Gallos. Will try to find a service inside. Shot attempted, far post action, and no luck. The Sheriff will get to it first. He'll share near hand side now, this time with Golachi. And on stride and on pace here is Jordan Mace. A chance for the Heat here. Mace approaching the inside of the 18-yard box now. The edge. Back to Golachi. Golachi inside of the box. Golachi still with it. Golachi la tiene. And taken from his stride. Taken from the touch. Taken from the shot opportunity. And a throw in now for the Heat. Well, so the second tactical adjustment to be made by Electric City. Out comes Chris Colachi, and in goes Caminari. Daisuke Takanaka. Play will resume here. Back with Lewis Wilson. He'll get a serving ball of his own and headed out by the Gallos defense. Only as far as Liam Morrison, who'll wind it up again, and this one just out of play. And a chance there for Alex. And a chance there for the Laredo Heat to try to find something. Nothing there. Ball played quickly by Irving. They want to connect something in the middle. Morrison will get a header on this one out of play. So Caminati comes onto the field of play. There's a reason he's Caminati. He's as fast as lightning, folks. And Daisuke Takanaka will play on that left wing side. We got it here by Juan Manuel Romero between two here. No foul, says the official. Fans wanting the call. They won't get it through. Well, opportunity here. Jose Rivera will chase. As he'll share now with the Tarantula. Good coverage there from the kid from Laredo, Tamaulipas. Settled again into Lewis Wilson. By the Tarantula. Wilson will have it. It's trying to find stride forward. Going wide now, but the different gravy. Liam Morrison. Driven ball down low, finding Regules on the half turn. Irwin trying to drive forward. Irwin still with it, taking numbers, taking chances, taking players, and into the middle again. Regules on the drive. The Houston, Texas native will share it back to the Laredo, Texas native. Sebastian Rivera cuts to the inside. Sebas will have it, trying to find the flick forward. Handball. Referee says no call, no decision. Defensive coverage now for the Heat, having to be active. Ball will be played into the middle by the Gallos, trying to find something out of the way. No foul, says the official on the strike. Here's Juan Manuel Romero inside of the box. Manny la tiene, Manny se la quitan. Como guante. Bien ejecutadamente. Challenge in by Morrison. Referee says foul on the play. The Gallos wanting to go quick. They'll play it into the stride, and the referee says play will be retracted. It's on his whistle. Service now by the Gallos into the far post, just a tad bit too far. Settled again across inside, and Juan Manuel Romero will kick it out of play. I believe it's a corner kick, and sure enough, the Gallos will have it. Off the goal line here. And the Gallos will make a change now. The Gallos now the cent piece. We're approaching the last 20 of play in the regulated 90. The Gallos with a lot of attacking opportunities off the set piece, a lot of hide in the box for the Irving side. North Texas side here trying to find one of their own. There's a service. Sebastian Rivera gets taken down. And attention to be had as well here. This is a head injury, folks. I believe this could take a couple of minutes. Training staff called on again. Sarai Acosta leading the charge for the training staff for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. And just getting a sip of water. It'll be Gallo's ball again to restart, but seems to be shaken up. Seems to be okay now. The Gallos might go deep here. We'll go short. Off the 1-2 now in the clearance there. By the Heat, but toward the middle. Caminati on the press. The center back here for the Gallos will have it. He'll just poke it out wide. Possession still with the Gallos off the half turn. Caminati defensively, fantastically done so by different gravy. Caminati able to come up away with it again and sharing now with Zurdoñez. Zurdo la tiene. La pisa, quiere compartir con Caminati y un poco de miscomunicación, un malentendido entre las vías de comunicación entre ambos jugadores. I believe another water break on the evening, folks. Well, 95 degrees. Well. Well, hydration break, folks. Both teams will get a sip of water. We've had a very interesting one here in what we have played thus far. The Heat haven't been able to find the breaking of the deadlock here, and neither has Irving. But I mean, both teams have been close. They both have chances. They've both been good with the ball. They've both been solid in transition. They could be better in every aspect, but I mean, have stoppage for water. De 15. Media hora más. Son 2 de 15. Well, back to action we go, it looks like, and it's going to be Irving throw. He'll pass action, clear it out, and defended well by Jose Rivera. He'll just send it forward, giving the Heat the chance to reshape here. Sebastian Rivera busy on this far wing. This is where the tactics of the Gallos has been doing very well. I mean, they get it and they look to swing it onto the weak side quick. And well, Laredo Heat here. There's a defending on the throw. Irving will repurpose this one. They'll recycle it onto the weak side, and now becoming the strong side, looking to find the switch again. And if Irving gets it on the wing, there it is, the big ball here, approaching the high lobbed through ball. Liam Morrison will await. Defensive pressure applied here by the Scot, and it's going to be a foul against Morrison. Well, it'll be a set piece opportunity. You have to be good defensively on the set piece as well. So there's two sides of the ball, folks. On the wall for the Heat, Caminati and Morrison in the box. Everyone else except Regules, who is in the box, but the duty is to find the chase in case. And in the box indeed. They'll play short here. The play from the whiteboard. It's going to be a shot whiffed. It's still in the box, poked out of play by Zurdo. Well, not a play, excuse me, just out of the danger zone. The header by Rivera. And the catch now by the Tarantula. Connor Durant, fantastic aerial ability. All punted into the sky, trying to find something with Caminati. Deske. Takanaka-san. Head out of play by Irving, and the Heat now with an opportunity off the throw. Back to Jose Rivera. The Kaiserman sharing with Teddy West, who came on for the Heat, folks. On the play, no foul, the official. So Teddy West, the kid from Crawley, comes on into the middle. Out goes the sheriff, Colton Schaefer. Flag stays down, play resumes. Zurdo la tiene, Zurdo conduce, Zurdo quiere bailar, Zurdo entre dos. Le quitan la posesión del balón, viene la falta táctica y la gente quiere una tarjeta y se la van a dar al coach de los Gallos, una tarjeta amarilla para ponerle un poco de tranquilidad al asunto. La velocidad del árbitro por ir a distribuir esa amarilla fue muy impresionante, debo decirlo. Gallos will play short again. Teddy West first to the press here. Teddy West with a flick, not enough to regain it. And the Gallos still with it. Back cut to the outside. Out wide distribution into the flank. The Gallos in control of the round one. Back towards the middle, into the half channel. The wall play action unsuccessful here, and Caminati unable to come away with it. Though the poke here by the Heat, give it to Juan Manuel Romero, fell on the play, and the Gallos unhappy with that decision as we are approaching the last 12 minutes of play, folks. And the regulated 90 plus whatever stoppage time gives. The Heat with a chance here to send it forward. And their defensive third. Trying to find Caminati on the sprint here was Lewis Wilson. This ball back to the goalkeeper, and he'll have one of his own ascended forward. This one whiffed wide. It's still in play. Good touch to bring it back down, just off the field of play, and it's going to be a throw for the Heat. They're wasting no time at all, trying to find something into the space here. Off we go. Regules trying to find something off the half turn. Irwin dancing again by the corner flag sector. Cuts to the inside. Unable to keep it, and a waste opportunity there for the Heat. All sent forward, foul on the play. That's going to be against Jose Rivera. And a yellow card for El Kaiserman for the quick takedown. All rotated. Weak side play. Gallos will go back or go wide. D, none of the above. Back to the middle play. Driven wide in the sliding challenge by Different Gravy. Fantastic. Caminati on the wing. Poked out of play by the Gallos. Throw for the Heat. Coming onto the field of play, number 22, it's the Iceman, Ruben Muller-Nielsen. Coming off the field of play, number 9 from Houston, Texas, it's Erwin Regules. That's a foul against the Heat. Possession back to the Gallos. The half-field line almost, very exact. So another adjustment by Electric City. Erwin Regules comes off the field of play, had a great shift, retained possession of the ball very well. Now the Gallos going inside, back to El Kaiserman. Thrown inside, trying to find Ruben Nielsen. Gallos share back with the goalkeeper. Big ball incoming. Flag stays down. Wilson regathers, gets a touch on it, pokes it back forward. This will give the chance to the Heat to advance the line. And the Gallos with it on the goalkeeper's side again. They'll go wide, and that is out of play. And the throw coming up for the Heat. All thrown interiorly, controlled by the Iceman. Ruben Muller-Nielsen trying to keep possession of this one, unsuccessfully doing so, and the Gallos controlled again. Undercutting run. Forward, invitation to play and out wide. Irving has been successful tonight on that. Press applied by Zurdo all the way around, this time to the near hand half space, or half channel if you will. Controlled again. Gallos with it, up and forward now. Driven back. Out wide they go. This one driven into Caminati and out of play. Ball played forward to Durantula. To it first. Rivera back to Morrison. Over to Ruben Nielsen. Ruben back to Juan Manuel Romero. Romero between two. Driven inside again. Nielsen unsuccessful on that possession. Morrison fantastically applied. Different gravy, just showing his absolute class here. A foul on the play. Long ball here by the Durantula. Out of play, off the field of action. It's going to be given back to the Gallos. Ball thrown, and a kindergarten style throw-in. Led to play by the official. Off the turn again. 1-2 action here for the Gallos. They'll drive it. A sliding challenge. Juan Manuel Romero, the orchestrator of the field here, gaining possession back up. Looking for Caminati on the drive forward and just off the target. Driven, a good idea there by Juan Manuel Romero, and the sprint by Caminati. Teddy West applying the pressure. No foul, says the official. Play resumes. The Heat have it. And a tackle of their own. Romero goes down. Referee says no play. 1-for-1. Irving with it, sliding challenge by West, retention of the possession of the ball. Nice executed by the Gallos. Into the half space again, toward the middle channel now. No one there for the Heat. Space to drive now by the Gallos. They'll go wide. Nope. Deciding to go back inside. Heard me from afar. Ball to the far post. Centered again inside. And Juan Manuel Romero kicking it into the air. Corner kick opportunity for the Gallos coming up. Opportunity defensively for the Heat. Durantula could catch this one and they could break with Ruben Muller-Nielsen. Driven into the edge of the 18-yard box. A touch, the shot, far post. And Connor Durant, fantastic leaping ability. Durantula scouted that from a mile away in the distribution to go wide over Ruben Nielsen. Heat frustrated now on their own. Driven up top now, defended by Morrison. The press applied by the Aberdeen native and into, again to that channel. Caminati goes down. Juan Manuel Romero now. Jose Rivera on defense. Into the inside. Out wide again, the Gallos go. This time just a bit loft back. Sebastian Rivera, one of the best one-on-one defenders on the league. Gets called for a trip. Another opportunity off a set piece here for the Gallos. Down to the last 4 minutes, folks, of the regulated 90. Heat having to defend here. Set piece, far post action, and the header whiffed out. Last touch by the Gallos. It's going to be a goal kick here for the Tarantula. The Tarantula will have the goal kick. Connor Durant. Driven wide. Ruben will get a header on it. Foul on the play. I believe that's against Ruben, and it's going to be possession here for the Gallos. Ball settled now wide by the Gallos into this near hand half space. They're looking for the flank action. Player checks in. The half turn invitation now. Teddy West on the chase. Gallos driving it out wide. Caminati first to the press here on the defensive sector. Blocking the service, and the Gallos will have a throw. Opposite side flank open. And now the Gallos sharing. Juan Manuel Romero now leading the press, the midfielder. Lewis Wilson winning possession over Captain Lou, sharing near hand side back with Jordan Mace. Mace on the sprint now, near hand flank and into the half space. Flank possession now again now for the Heat. Jordan Mace trying to win the club a corner kick and against the Gallos. Lewis Wilson upset, said he had to drive forward. But this puts the Heat in a great opportunity to get something off the set piece, and the stride by the captain. Fantastic for the Heat. Set piece opportunity, the Heat can look to capitalize. So Zurdo will have it on this near hand side. '90th minute of play, folks. Wilson will have a word with the official, or rather say the official will have a word with Wilson on the inside. This one, folks, if Wilson scores this, it's going to be electric. Zurdo to take it. Zurdo el servicio driven low into the first post, and Zurdo trying to be witty. Well, folks, we're very close to the 90th. The referee, no words on how much for stoppage has been given out, but I'm sure it's got to be at least 3. There's a hydration break. Sebastian Rivera was down for a little while. The Greek machine needed assistance, so it's got to be at least 3 or 4. Va a ser 3 minutos de tiempo agregado. Morrison back out wide. Caminati trying to go forward this ball. Well, we'll go to the 93rd. We're already halfway through the 91st. The Heat have to throw. They need to go wide, and they need to keep the ball on the other side of the field. Zurdo will get a flick, trying to find Ruben the Iceman Nielsen. Zurdo applying the press here. Referee says no foul. Teddy West now, first to defend. Back to different gravy. Morrison will get it up high again. Ruben Nielsen will swing it back to Zurdoñez. La tiene Zurdo, le vienen cometiendo 18 faltas, señor árbitro, por el amor de Dios. Se la pido y se la suplico. And a foul in favor of the Heat here. We've had 90, 91 and change out of the 93 that the referee is allocating here for. Wilson will swing it near hand side back to Morrison. Over to Sebastián Rivera, wanting to share with Mace. And over to Sebas. Sebas la tiene. Sebas la quiere por abajo. Se la regresa a... service across. Excuse me, folks. I apologize. It was Mace, not Rivera. Crossing opportunity there behind Mace. Throw in here by Rivera. Over to Ruben the Iceman Nielsen. Back to Sebastián. La tiene Sebas. Viene el servicio adentro del área. Nadie para el Heat. Over again to different gravy. Bill White. Caminati. Caminati on the drive. Gets taken down. No foul. The Gallos will regather. Ball to the Heat again on the throw. And on the foul, Heat with another chance. Service now by Zurdoñez. This could be it to close out the regulated 90. Zurdo will put it into the sky, into the box. Defended well by the Gallos. On this near hand side, referee will get a glance. Play continues. We're well over the 93rd. Ball in the middle, folks. The original 90 to be played. Can't decide a winner. Tempers flaring here, pushes and shoves as if you smell what the Rock is cooking. Toward the end of the regulated 90, we'll be back in a couple of minutes to start the first period of extra time. We'll be back, don't go anywhere. The Heat return next. folks, back to action we go. The first period of the extra time well underway. We'll go back to 90 and a half here. And this one, folks. In the first in the first half of the overtime play, remember there's 2 periods of 15 minutes apiece, and the Gallos control this possession. They'll swing it near hand side. No tactical adjustment here by the club, by the Heat, by Electric City to start the extra time, to start the first period of overtime. And throw for the Heat here. It'll be Sebastian Rivera. Kid from the 956 to take this one. As he throws it over to Ruben Muller-Nielsen. And Jordan Mace, kid from Crawley. So both players from Crawley for the Heat, folks, on the field for the Heat for the first time. Ruben Nielsen now in stride here. Ruben will have it. Ruben trying to get inside of the box and a touch too far forward. Stopping the opportunity there for the Heat, but when Ruben Nielsen picks up the stride, folks, his pace is very deceiving. It's actually very quick. He's a very fast player with a lot of ability. The defensive sector for the Gallos has been good. Quirky little story here between Jordan Mace and Teddy West. They actually played youth soccer together back in Crawley in England, and then took separate paths, separate roads, and we'll go back to it shortly as Ruben Nielsen will have it. He'll try to send it inside. Ruben off the deflection, coming out late to it, and the clearance now by the Gallos. Now, so both players, folks, played together in their youth system at Crawley, and both took their own path. And when this year's roster was being built, they were both added to a group chat. And when they realized it was one another, they hit it off right where they left it off all those years ago. Just by coincidence, a servicing ball inside and headed out backwards here by the Gallos. It's going to be a corner kick opportunity for the Laredo Heat Soccer Club. So both players from Crawley reunited in Laredo, Texas. Both have different collegiate paths. Both spending their summer here in the 956. So corner kick opportunity coming here from the Heat. Jordan Mace over it. The Arsenal in the box for the Heat here. Watch for Lewis Wilson to go back. This one's going to Wilson. It's going to go back. There's a service ball, far hand side, and nobody home for the Heat except for Caminati, who brings the ball back down. Servicing ball again inside, far post. El Kaiserman flirting with it. Back to Ruben Nielsen, who'll light it up and trying to add a lot of magic on that ball. Be a goal kick regardless here for the Gallos. Ball played to the middle. The Gallos looking to connect passing. Line breaking ball here into the flank. Jordan Mace now on the press. This is one of those moments, folks, where it is very obvious that the ball with intent moves faster than the player. Heavy legs as we are approaching 94 minutes of play. So, ball out of play. Last touched by the Heat. Gallos possession. It's in this extra time, folks, where players will be tested. The Gallos on the stride forward. Lobbed ball near hand side. Defensive excellence by Jordan Mace. They'll fall on the play. And Mace earning the Heat a free kick here. Ball played by the Durantula forward. Second ball brought down here. He's looking for it. William Morrison will watch a flick by the Gallos. Lo tiene Juan Manuel Romero, el que conduce el orquestador de la noche. El que busca las notas de la sinfónica. Driven ball over to Caminati out wide. Excellently played there by Sebastian Rivera. Caminati won't have it at the edge of the 18-yard box now. Servicing ball and nowhere near a dangerous situation in favor of the Heat. Ball near hand side, out of play. Throw for the Heat again. Jose Rivera. Kaiserman. Back to the tarantula and over to the 1-2 with Rivera. Rivera having it forward, gets taken down. Late challenge. It's got to be at least a card. And I'm hoping the referee reaches into his pocket for this. Looks like it'll be a verbal warning. So there's no more. Can't really say. Well, I'm going to leave it at where it's at. The tarantula will have it into the air. Flick effect by Mace over to Ruben, the Iceman Nielsen. Trying to fight between two here. Jordan Mace still with it. Foul on the play. Foul against the Heat here. It's going to be Gallos. Free kick defensively. Ball driven out wide. The sliding challenge by different Gravy. It was brilliant to stop it momentarily, but Gallos still with it on the drive forward. Somebody step up for the Heat. A chance again in the box that he'll play, and El Kaiserman will regather. He'll share on the far hand side, looking for Caminati. Caminati on the stride. Good luck catching him. You're going to need 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 in front. As Caminati drives it wide. Caminati still with it. It's Daisuke-san Takanaka going forward. Takanaka still with it. Gets dispossessed. So this ball leaves the terrain of field. And Caminati, what a sprint. A lot of energy there by the Japan International to put the Heat in a great position, at least in terms of possession of the field, the possession of the ball. And it's the Gallos who will make adjustments. Opportunity here for the Heat here on throw-in chance. They'll go into the box. Back to Zurdoñez. Zurdo entre dos. Zurdo el rebote. Jordan Mace applying the press here. Whistle on the play. Foul is a call. And well, action will resume here. I'm not sure what the explanations are. The foul's way in the box. If he says to play on, gives him 4 yards. Irving here will have it again, far hand side. Sebastián Rivera will put it into the air. And out of play. Throw for the Gallos. Foul on the play. It's going to be against the Heat again, and it's going to be another set piece here for the Gallos in the Heat's defensive third. About 5 minutes left in this first half of OT. The Gallos looking to strike from afar and nowhere near, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Tarantula. Rivera will share back with Connor Durant, and over again to Jose Rivera, el Kaiserman. La tiene, la va a poner en el aire, y le da de la zurda, sale el balón del terreno de juego. The long throw here by the Gallos. Flick successfully done so. Ball in the middle. Lewis Wilson will get a header on it. And no foul, says the official. Caminati bringing the ball back down beautifully. Daisuke trying to dance. Daisuke between 2 now. Daisuke still going forward. Caminati trying to break between 3. No foul, says the official. A chance to go wide. Jordan Mace will have it driven low and into the gloves of the goalkeeper. The Gallos quick to the restart. Well, they wasting no time at all. Caminati on the far hand side. Daisuke Takanaka first on the press. Ball controlled by the Gallos again in the half space. With a fake to go back and a good little number there on the dance. Ball controlled here by the goalkeeper. The press now by Ruben the Iceman Nielsen. Here hand share. Now driven into the middle. Zurdo applying the press. Defensive coverage now by the Gallos. Defensive rotation of the ball. Driven ball out wide. Sebas Rivera will chase. I think it's going to be here against the Heat. I believe it's a set piece. So it's going to be a throw, folks. Apologize. I believe Sebastian Rivera's going to need some attention, folks. He's might be cramping up, to be fair. Tarantula giving him a hand, folks. Don't forget, one destination on every social media platform at Laredo Heat SC on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and of course TikTok this year at Laredo Heat SC. Click the little button that allows you to interact with us and show that you are indeed a friend of your Laredo Heat Soccer Club. The throw here opportunity now for the Gallos. Looking to go short. Throw it into the space, far hand side, servicing ball, rejected by Different Gravy. Controlled here by Teddy West. Out wide again, Nada Rivera. Sebas will put it into the sky, but fought for here by Ruben the Iceman Nielsen. He's got to get a challenge in the air on that. Juan Manuel Romero trying to drill between two. Lewis Wilson comes up with it. Teddy West now will get a flick of his own. The Gallos control again. Faking back to the inside, a shot and into the gloves of Connor Durant. The Durantula, fantastic save by the Colorado native to grasp this one with all 10. We have about 2 minutes and a half left here. Just under, to be fair, in this first period of overtime. The Heat got to get something here at the end of this first half of OT. Sebastian Rivera looks like is unable to continue. And we'll see what the adjustment is here by Electric City. Coming onto the field of play, number 7 from Japan, it's Masaya-san Sekiguchi. Making his way off, number 26, Sebastian Rivera. So the Durantula will have it. He'll put it on the ground and play will resume. Ruben fighting forward. No foul, says the official. Caminati to it first. He'll get one of his own to go the other way. Out of play, and a throw here for the Gallos. Last 30 seconds on the screen here, folks. And this first period of overtime. Gallos, very disciplined side here. Negative play here, and rotation of the ball with a lot of time and space here for the Gallos. Trying to find something on this half space, half channel. Zurdo applying the pressure here. Touch here on the drive. And flag will stay down. Servicing ball, and the Durantula to it first. A great challenge there on the slide by Juan Manuel Romero, el que comparte el quesito. Well, folks, the first period of overtime is in the books. We'll be back in about a minute and a half for the commencing part of the conclusive half of OT live from the Tammy U Soccer Complex. Don't go anywhere. We'll return. Here we go. Quarter of an hour left, ladies and gentlemen. Caminari in control here. If we can't find a winner with whatever time is remaining, we will decide this in penalty kicks. That is a coin toss, folks. So hopefully the Heat can figure this out in the last 15 minutes of play as this ball back from Lewis Wilson. Off, on, and forward. And Surdo will chase. Massa on the chase of his own. Masaya-san Sekiguchi. The Gallos will control here. Possession defensively. They'll send the ball out wide now. Opposite side flank play. Looking for the interior Trevella, and this one out of play. Last touched by Liam Morrison. Different gravy gives up the throw. And the Gallos quick to restart it. No foul on the play, says the official, but the Gallos will regather. And definitely a foul there. It's going to be Heat possession. And a chance here for the Heat to try to bring, try to send something forward. And to be fair, good opportunity regardless. The problem here is, folks, if you send the Arsenal forward on a ball from there, it has to be a lob ball to reach the distance. It's very hard to deliver a driven ball there with pace and with purpose. There's a lot of time for the goalkeeper to go out and catch. Therefore, you can't really send everybody forward because you're caught hanging off a hook. No shoulder blades. Well, they will resume. Gallos will throw it back in here. And on this near hand half space, they'll send a long ball forward. Lewis Wilson sending this one out of play. Referee's going to say Heat ball, and definitely so. The Heat wasting no time at all. Wilson feeding it back over to the Durantula. Back to Lewis Wilson. Wilson driven now over to Teddy West. Back to Lewis. And Lewis now out to Caminati. Caminati driven forward. Dispossessed here. Masaya-san late on the chase. Flicked forward now and up by the Gallos and regathered by Surdoñez. Lo tiene Zurdo, conduce Zurdo, le pone la música. Quiere activar todo lo que le resta de los 15 minutos. Balón filtrado, near hand flank over to Masaya-san. Special player here, Massa, will be joining Marshall University. And the fall, and this ball turned over. Massa giving possession up, and Caminati on the chase. Lewis Wilson now on the center back here, captain for the Laredo. He has been fantastic as Ruben the X-Man Nielsen will chase. Ball out wide. The Gallos control again. Driven into the middle here. Teddy West to apply the press. Out wide, the Gallos goes, and driven forward. Masaya-san first to it. Massa coming away with a slide challenge, but not the ball. The Gallos inside. Centering ball, second post, and this one just a tad bit too far for everybody. Heat will regather. On the strike there, going forward, Surdoñez pushing forward, and every player here, ladies and gentlemen, pushing limits. Ball thrown inside. Different gravy trying to flick it forward. The guy will supply the press, and the Gallos will make adjustments. Second half of the OT, folks. I apologize for the graphic, and the time on the board hasn't started. That's definitely on production. We apologize. Massa on the chase here. The Gallos with stride on this near hand side. And trying to go forward. Caminati trying to prevent the progression of this one. Caminati, the one-on-one here. Near hand flank. The Gallos having to go back, and Caminati will regather this one into the middle. Block to Zurdo, and the mistouched opportunity. The Heat can't regather now. Giving away back up. Jordan Mace with it. Why? The Heat will give it up and throw again for the Gallos. The Gallos bench asking for pace and purpose. The Heat trying to stay calm and collected. On both ends of the field. On the throw. Different Gravy will get a header out of play, and then it'll be redone. The flick forward now, Massa unable to get to it, driven, and Lewis Wilson will hit it wide yet again. Flag stays down. Caminati coming up massively on defense here, folks. Trying to split between two. Caminari still with a poke now, driven over to Zurdoñez. Zurdo la pisa, la retiene, comparte con Massa. Massa se la tira al centro. Y Juan Manuel Romero todavía puede recolectar la oportunidad. Ruben Nielsen on the drive. Juan Manuel la tiene, quiere conducirla, adelanta, la comparte por la banda y la regala. Y desde donde iniciamos de nuevo. Here we go, folks. Apologize for the math counting. Trying to fix the clock situation for you. And I believe back we are where we need to be. The throw here for the Gallos. Well, excuse me, it's going to be on the ground for the Gallos. And substitution for the Laredo Heat, folks. Making his way off the field of play, number 21. Jordan Mace coming on, number 14, Julio Trápaga. Tarantula will have it. Trápaga comes on. Julio desde Puebla, México se une al encuentro. And Caminati will put it back into this air. Caminati trying to find Trápaga. Trápaga sobre el respiro la tiene Masaya San Massa, comparte por abajo, la tiene ahora el zurdo. Zurdo quiere bailar, zurdo dentro del área, zurdo quiere fintar, zurdo la pisa, zurdo quiere compartir, zurdo decide compartir hacia atrás, la tiene ahora Different Gravy. Liam Morrison, la tiene Liam hacia adelante, quiere abrir el terreno de juego, ahora la abre, controla Ruben Nielsen, la tiene otra vez Different Gravy. Liam back again to the inside, Teddy West will take a touch. Sharing with Juan Manuel Romero, la tiene Manny quiere sorprender, Manny todavía quiere compartir, la baja Julio, juega dentro del área, Julio la tiene, Julio Trápaga todavía con el balón, la comparte con Masaya San Sekiguchi que abre el terreno de juego, la abre con Caminari on the near hand flank now, wanting to dance, wanting to send it forward, Caminari showing pace, Caminari with the service. Now just off target, folks, but a good opportunity there for the Heat. Entra desde Puebla, Julio Trápaga. Honrarnos con su presencia puede hacer la diferencia. El hombre de Puebla, México. Bien, el portero de los Gallos manda el balón al aire, manda el balón fuera del terreno de juego, casi. Ruben la pelea. Balón para los Gallos. El Heat no les gusta la decisión. Al comentarista tampoco, pero pues como la tecnología, el asunto está fuera de mis manos. El Kaiserman la regresa, de donde viene el balón, la pisa Ruben, still with it all the Gallos. The Gallos trying to drive forward. Flank play now by the Gallos, servicing ball inside of the box. Lewis Wilson will get a flick on it, and Caminati will punt it near hand side. Sekiguchi trying to bring the ball back down. This one just a touch bit too far for the young Japan national. Teddy West will put it in the air again. And Ruben Van Nielsen back down now, over to Roberto Zurdoñez, lo tiene a zurdo, controla, sale a media vuelta, espacio por el terreno de juego de este lado más cercano a nosotros, el balón aéreo, la persigue Sekiguchi la tiene adentro del espacio mediado, y Masaya comparte ahora con Teddy West, Teddy la pisa, le da la redonda, le quiere dar moción al mar, Y ahora comparte con Sekiguchi. Sekiguchi ahora se trata de tranquilizar el asunto. La tiene ahora el japonés. Masaya-san comparte con Daisuke. Ahora con Lewis Wilson. La tiene ahora el Kaiserman. Ahora es Juan Manuel Romero, el conductor, el que busca las notas de la sinfónica. No, ¿hay falta o no falta? Señor árbitro dice que sí. Va a ser a favor de Laredo Heat. Down to the last 4. The Heat sending numbers forward. Feels like they must now. La tiene zurdo. Mandan hacia adelante el arsenal el defensivo del Heat. El Kaiserman y Wilson con Ruben the Iceman Nielsen. Viene el servicio, la controla zurdo, viene la firma, viene la auténtica, viene la registrada. La marca del nombre de RGV. Zurdo nativo del 956, un poco más hacia el sur, pero a todos modos está en su casa. La tiene zurdo, qué momento del partido, puede ser el gol que marca la diferencia. La quiere poner Roberto Ordóñez. Words officials, the official getting a word in here with everybody on the defensive sector. Zurdo la tiene, viene el balón, por favor, de marcador, de marca, de cuadro, viene adentro del área, defendido bien, viene el tiro de esquina y otra oportunidad para el Laredo Heat. Home fans pleading that they really want a goal. I'm sure the Heat want to score one as well. And it could be from this corner kick position. Lewis Wilson, watch for him. A lot of height in the box. Juan Manuel Romero choosing to stay. Caminari will await as well. El Kaiserman la tiene. Bueno, el Kaiserman dentro del área con Trápaga. También la tiene Ruben Nielsen. Lewis Wilson entrando al área, bien el servicio, zurdo la prende hacia adentro, balón adentro del área y nadie puede tomar la capitalización para el equipo del Heat. Balón compartido hacia afuera otra vez, manda en 2 por $1. Teddy West will swing it inside again, cleared out by the Gallos on this near hand side, and on the chase is just different gravy. What a player. There's a throw here. Over to Trápaga. La tiene Massa. Massas quiere conducir. Massa la tira. Ahí viene un poco elevado el tiro. Goal kick for the Gallos as we approach the last minute and a half here. This one could go to the spots, folks. It could go to the roulette. The Gallos will distribute. Goal kick as we approach the last 60 seconds of the overtime, extra time here in the semifinal of the Lone Star Conference. The Gallos sending it high, this one wide, but not wide enough, and Morrison looking to get a take on this one, does so nicely, but it's going to be out of play. Gallos will have it. Down to the last 60 seconds of play, the Heat need to hold on to possession here for the last minute. Punted forward here by El Kaiserman. Trápaga will chase. Trápaga with an opportunity in this ball. Scouted nicely there by the Gallos. 30 seconds, ladies and gentlemen, of action left in the regulated 15 minutes of the second half of extra time. Kaiserman la pone el aire de regreso. Morrison will get a flick on this one. Ball stays in play. Trápaga la pelea. Trápaga la manda fuera del terreno de juego. Y viene el saque de banda para el equipo de los Gallos. Irving off the throw here. Flick forward. Rivera will try again. Back up forward. Trápaga la pelea. La quiere bajar. Se la baja a Zurdo. Zurdoñez controla. Zurdoñez la tiene. Sale a media vuelta. No hay falta, dice el árbitro. Driven. Out wide now. The Gallos control here. On the turn. Different gravy. Fantastic play from the Aberdeen native. Folks, 120 minutes is enough, says the official. We will go to 12 yards out in a do-or-die situation. Sudden movements, folks. We'll be back shortly to bring you all the penalty kick action live from the TAMU Soccer Complex to decide who's moving on to the final of the Lone Star Conference on Saturday. Don't go anywhere. We'll return. Here we go, folks. From 12 yards out, it's all come down to this. 120 minutes wasn't enough. And here we go. Here we go. It's 12 yards out. You got one shot to put this in the back of the net. It's best out of 5, I believe. If need be, it pursues. First for the Heat, Roberto Zurdoñez. Zurdo from RGV. Zurdo will take the first off the stride. Roberto Zurdoñez. Into the net. Zurdo with one for the Heat. Zurdo with it. Excellent PK taken by the RGV native. The crowd's going to go electric here as now it's time for Gallos to take one in. Now it's time for the Gallos to take a penalty, folks. I apologize. It's time for the Gallos to take a penalty. The Tarantula has a PK save already on the season on the road trip to Austin. He made the save off the PK, the only one he's faced this season. So this is PK number 2, but the Tarantula. Wow. The Gallos with it. Connor Durant with an opportunity here to give the advantage this far to the Heat. The Tarantula's got to be massive. The Tarantula's got to be big. Well, now the official's saying that the players for the Heat Academy players, cannot be behind goal, but that wasn't a problem when... the ball boys can't be right behind the goal. They have to be behind the safety netting. That's the situation here. Connor Durant defending this one. The Gallos with their first PK of the shootout. And this one blocked out by Connor Durant. The Tarantula coming up big and showing why he is definitely the Tarantula. Come on, please. Well, folks, our image has been out. I'm not sure what's going on, but Ruben Nielsen scored the second for the Heat. We have no visual on the game. I apologize, folks, but there's no visual on the game. I think our capture card gave up, and that was it. Give me 1 second, folks. And the Gallos score one to bring it back to 2-1.